wrapped up the last one. We expected to play a very talented football team going to Arkansas, based on everything that that we had, information we had. We weren't disappointed. They were as talented as they were supposed to be. We knew that our biggest challenge was just to start off in the frame of mind where we're playing as fast and as physical as we could play, just to establish the competitiveness, and that was what my focus was, and we did. I mean, we came out of the locker room making it competitive, and I thought playing as fast as they played, which is not, I think some people might wonder if we think we can play as fast as an SEC school. We do think we can play that fast. And we played it physical. I'm very proud, Max is here, very proud that our backs, even though we lost our best back early on, and he tried to get back in there, and I spent a lot of time just trying to convince him he wasn't going to go back out there. But the backs that did carry the load for the day were very credible, and I think when you get down to playing in that situation, you have to say that the offensive line was probably the key to that. And Max is here. We actually started 4 sophomores up front in this game, which I think they deserve the credit for those guys running for that yardage. On the other side of the ball, I thought we just gave them too many short fields to work with starting in the second quarter, and we got mismatched with the vertical part of their passing game. At 9 plays, over 20 yards, 9 passing plays over 20 yards, that's 3 times what the tolerable limit is. But when I'm sitting there looking at it, those are NFL throws and catches. And I'm not embarrassing any of our players by saying there was some mismatches out there. I mean, those guys will mismatch the SEC's coverage people too. So we accepted in the game what the result of it was, but the most important thing was to leave the game better than how we arrived. And I think, other than the bumps and bruises that we've got to get over, I think we left the game better off. I think Hamish did not have the type of day that we expect out of Hamish, but you know what, I had no doubt that he just needed that experience one time just to make sure that he could deal with the things that you don't know till you get there. The biggest thing is uncertainty. But what we've got to do is have a kicking game that where we're playing. Hopefully, we're playing on a shorter field. This game, we were playing on the long field. They were playing on the short field. So moving forward, we're playing a great defensive football team. They led the Southern Conference last year in every defensive category. We had trouble with them last year. It's the same team, same defensive teams we played last year. But I think we're potentially a better football team right now than we were offensively. A better football team right now than we were when we played them last year. So I expect us to play better on offense. Defensively, we're work in progress. We had some first-time guys on defense that gave us every indication that we can handle this assignment, and the assignment's past this one. I think it's hard really to take an evaluation out of the South Florida game of their offense, because they were doing a lot of new things. Hussman, who's the coach's son, looked like it finally they're playing 2 quarterbacks also, but it looked like that the game was evolving more to him being the quarterback. He's a redshirt freshman. Like I said, he's a head coach's son. They remind you of Cody. to be honest with you, and that's a compliment. But I think that they probably had some things. USF has got some outstanding defensive linemen. I mean, if you look at what's going to the NFL out of that school up front, it's almost a pipeline. And so, you know, I think probably there's some things about what they want to do that we won't find out when we get there. So we're going to scout them as we go, particularly defensively. Offensively, for our offense against their defense, I think it's pretty predictable. What we're seeing is the same thing we saw last year. The challenge is always just get ready to play, come to focus, have a scout report, have who you're playing, what they do, have a game plan, what we're going to try to do in the situations in the game. And then, as it always comes down to, is a personal plan. I think that's the thing for Hamish and guys that were first-time players. I think that's the thing that gets a chance to be a lot better. It's hard to have a personal plan for something you've never experienced before. And 18 guys got a chance to have a better personal plan for this game about, you know, how they actually respond and perform. So if those 18 guys get the full benefit of having already played, then, as it's said in the coaching world, the biggest improvement, the opportunity to make the biggest improvement is right here between the first and second game of the season. So we'll see. We're practicing for that, and we'll have to, you know, we'll have to play the game to find out what the truth is. But that's why we sell tickets, and we need to sell tickets. So. From what I understand, we've got a pretty good response, and I'll promise you it will be a lot better if all our folks are here. So if you've been thinking about coming, you're going to see a good football team playing hard against another really good football team, so that's worth the price of admission. So.
Jack, if I know this right, this is the end of that series, the end of the contract with Chattanooga. Does it sadden you that such a regional rivalry is probably coming to an end for a while?
Don't get me on the soapbox here, Al. Because the people that are, I mean, if we are not a, you know, the FCS is not based on national games such as going to Atlanta and playing, or going to Dallas and playing. It is about regional football. And the people that are close to each other ought to be playing each other. It's how you fill up your stadium. It's how you create more interest. There's actually somewhere between here and Chattanooga, several towns where some Jacksonville State guy is going to see some guy that graduated from the university, from UTC, and they're actually going to say, "We're going to kick your butt." So whichever way that goes, that's how you make a rivalry. And you know, when you don't play the people closest to you, you're not developing rivalries. I mean, Eastern Kentucky's a long way away from here. We've done everything. I put Sanford in the mix. I mean, I'll say it. I mean, why the hell aren't they playing us? Ask them that.
Have you guys pursued Chattanooga?
We've done our, I beg.
Not them, but the Chattanooga people.
I
keep
beg.
it going.
I beg. They don't want to
They're the
play
ones
us.
that want to. You guys
No.
want to, and they won't.
No, they can answer their own questions about that. But if there's any basis to what you're supposed to be doing to develop your program, it's regional football creates rivalries, and rivalries are what support building the brand of your football program, not playing Arkansas. It would be, so I'm, as you can tell, I'm sort of sensitive to it, but because I'm trying to build this brand in every way. We'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. If our schedule doesn't say that, look at it real close.